Hey there, we got a little bit of snow flying, and that turned my mind to thinking about something I could do for my Kubota BX2350 and make it a little more effective pushing snow without having to spend a ton of money buying an expensive snow pusher. And I was following a YouTube channel, Big Guy Little Tractor, and he had a mod that he had made to his out of plywood that looked like it was quite effective. And as I watched, the only downside to it was at some point he cracked the plywood going through some pretty heavy wet snow. And so I started thinking, could I come up with a material that would be as effective and not quite as brittle or break quite so easy? Looking around on Facebook Marketplace, I came across some fellas that were selling some highway signs. Went over to take a look at those yesterday, and sure enough, I do think they are going to do the trick. So let me take you inside the garage and show you what I ended up doing. So here we go with a look at the finished product. Sorry I didn't walk you guys through it, but I'll try to explain what I ended up doing. I had picked up two signs that were 2 feet long by about 18.5 inches tall. And figured that that was going to be just the right side to fit inside the bucket. And then there was this other sign for a pilot car. But I picked that one up because on the back side it had the highway department's bracing, this stuff right here, this aluminum channel. And I figured I would need to make it a little bit stronger than just the sign itself. So all told, each of these signs were $10. So I got the whole thing for 30 bucks. Two sideboards and the braces. And all I did, so here is a hole that already existed on my bucket, both sides. And then this clamp, a 3 by 4.5 inch clamp, is the only attachment points on the bucket itself. So it's relatively easy to take on and off. And then I cut the bracing. The bottom is the longest because that's where it's going to have the most stress point. And then I put the remainder of it up about halfway through the existing holes that were in the sign. And I used the same connectors if you pop those out with a punch. And then you can close those little claws with some needle nose pliers and pop it right back out. That works pretty well. But that was a nice clean. I was able to reuse those. Nice clean edge on there. But all I did was run the bracing back from that connection point on the bucket out to the edge, cut it with a cutoff wheel, then put the remainder up here. Did that on both sides, and let me tell you, it is plenty strong. I don't think that is going to bend or flex a whole lot in the snow. And so I have no idea if the current snowstorm that we're having here in Virginia is going to give us much. But I did think that this was a pretty decent way to very economically come up with a nice way to push snow. I got a good straight driveway about 100 yards long, so not something I want to do with a shovel. And with the bucket, it was just kind of annoying because you'd have to get a scoop and run over and dump it, and then get another scoop and run over and dump it. And so this should let me have a snow pusher without having to spend a ton of money on a snow pusher. So hope that helps anybody looking to do something similar, and see you on the next go round.